Well, hello model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Revell. And I'm just going to update you and show you where I'm at right now with the 87 Buick Grand National I'm building. The Revell Monogram kit right here. This is the older issue, even though it's been recently re-released. This one's from 1998. And if you saw my last video, this is the one where I had bought it pretty cheap at a swap meet. And it was modified a little bit. So I managed to get the rear suspension, trading from a few people to get the rear suspension of springs because it was modified to stand up taller and bigger wheels and tires, and the front suspension was modified too. So I traded for kit parts. So like those have been changed out, but here's the chassis all detailed with the engine in it, and this is pretty much ready to go. So I had to reverse engineer and bring it right back to kit issued, which really wasn't that difficult because they didn't modify the chassis at all, which was nice, so I can use that. I just needed to get the rear suspension and the front suspension pieces. But I got that all done, motors all detailed. I went over that a little bit. I got some areas to touch up, but this is pretty much ready. And then I was working on the interior when I last updated it. So I got more of the interior detailed. So if you can see what's going on there, I got the blackout all around the seats, got the third brake light mounted up in there, so that's up in there. And just got all the black and did the interesting part was the seat's black. So if you can see that ashtray on that back seat, that's on the driver's seat, that's actually there in the real car, and it's gray. The bezel around it's gray and the ashtray is silver aluminum, so you can't really see it. It's kind of hard for the light to pick it up right there because of the where it's located. But I thought, no, I'll do that the way the car actually is. And then I put the aluminum on the door panel straps here. I had them black before, and they look much better with the aluminum on them, but I guess the real car is pretty much more like the aluminum, and just like the console there, where it has the aluminum insert and the gray automatic shift T handle. So, and then I used the multi-low pen on the chrome switches and there for the power windows and the door locks. But this one, it got the interior done. Used the decals. Now, my original decals from Revell, these ones, I seem to, when I get the ones that have turned brown like this, or they don't really seem to stick very well. So I had a problem with these sticking, so the headrest ones. But since I had the more recent kit, I pulled out its decals right here and used them. So, and it has both sets, and it's got a really big set of Grand National ones right here, but it had 3 of the smaller ones, so I'll get to that in a minute. But these ones, they don't really stick really well, and I need to learn a tip or two on how to salvage these, because I can get them off the paper, but they don't stick to the paint. They peel off, and even when I'm trying to blow dry it, or even my airbrush will sometimes blow the decal right off of the car. And I had that issue going on actually right here on the fenders. So I get to that in a second. So if anybody has any tips or tricks on how to salvage these when that starts to happen, let me know, because I really haven't. I got so many of these kits from the late 80s, early 90s, and I'm running into some of that. A lot of them I can get replacement decals or scan them and get somebody to make me a set. Or, in this particular one's case, they've been reissued, but I hate to buy another kit for decals. But when you get custom-made decals and it costs you $15, $20, sometimes it's just worth it to do that. But the latest set has some extra decals that are kind of nice, like these ones that go on the side of the hood. That's say 3.8 SFI turbo. Now the kit is molded that on the side of the hood, and which is really cool. And they register actually really well. It's kind of hard to get them to line up, but you can see I got them lined up pretty well, and then the decal setting solution sucked it down. So they look really nice, but If I were to do it again, I would sand off the letters and then just put the decal on there without having to worry about it. But it was kind of a pain, but I got them on there and I'm really happy with it. And then this has been, the whole model was primed in black, shot in gloss black, and since then I've clear coated it, so this is clear coated. It's also been color sanded a little bit, so I've got a lot of work going into this and trying to polish it out. It is black, and you can see some of the paint and sand marks into it, but this has been polished a little bit. Now here's the polish I was using or have been using, scratch and swirl remover. This is turtle wax. I bought this stuff from Walmart. It's cheap, and the main trick with this is make sure when you get any of this stuff, because I like to polish sometimes, and then I'll do my last coat of clear on it, and I won't polish it again after that. So sometimes if there's a little bugger in the clear, I usually won't worry about it, because I build these mainly for me. They don't get to a whole lot of shows. I don't get to a whole lot of shows. Matter of fact, just posting pictures online or this channel is how most of mine are going to get seen, because they don't get out very often. But I was using this, and because this one's black and you can kind of see still some of the swirls and some of the dull areas where I had color sanded and I was starting to polish it. Most of the time in any of the colors I use, it comes out very satisfactory, and I'm not done with this one, but it's gotten to the point where it's like, alright, I really want this one to be really nice. And I had a small bugger that was right here in the fender that I really needed to color sand out. So I did a lot of color sanding, and for color sanding I had this stuff, the micro mesh pads, and then these are the grits. And I was using 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, and 12,000, but these are these foam pads right here. And I've used these before, and with the very nice results. So I really want this one to shine. So I ordered the Tamiya polishing compounds, all three of them, because they offer coarse, fine, and finish. All three of them. So I ordered all three of them. But because of what's going on in the economy right now, and nobody in the United States actually carries them, I ordered them out of China, and it's going to take 3 weeks or more, depending on the import restrictions if they get stuck in transit. And I also ordered the Tamiya polishing cloths that go along with it, and they also have the wax. So I figured I'd give that a try. With some of the Tamiya stuff I have been using, I've been really happy with. So I want to give that stuff a try. So I ordered that stuff, and that's coming. And so while I'm waiting for that, it kind of put it on hold. But I got this body taken care of. Other than that, I color sanded all the areas. Most of the texture is out of it, which is some of the dull areas. And really happy with it. I got the rest of the decals on, the license plate, the Buick lettering up front. Now, the Grand National on the trunk, and then the quick one. The newer kit comes with these small ones, and the trunk one right here, if you can see it, well, actually I could zoom it way up here, get way up there and let it focus. Give it a minute here. There it goes. So you can see the Grand National there, which is correct for the trunk. But the one that's on the fender here, now you can see. There we go. So it comes into focus. The Grand National is the newer decal, but the little section right below it here, on the real car, it says intercooled, which is correct for 86 and 87, and this one's an 87. The vintage decals from the 98 issue had the intercooled decal, so it had Grand National and intercooled, but this one only had the Grand National without the intercooled logo, which is more 84, 85 correct, but the model's an 87 with this, where the spoiler is cut open here and the intercooler's in the kit. So I stuck on the newer decal, and then I cut the small little section from the older decal and stuck it on here. And I was having problems. It didn't want to stick. I put like a small little dab of clear trying to hold it down, and that was working okay, but so I dabbed it with my toothpick a little bit, and then I shot some clear on the body. and it worked pretty well, and I eventually got those. So now those decals are sealed in the clear. So real happy with the way those came out. So, you know, a little bit more polishing, get this thing rubbed out, and then I'll get the flat black on the headlight bezels and all around the windows, and get some of the flat black trim taken care of, and some more of the decaling. And you can see my firewall came out pretty well. I had to patch that in. So, and I'm really happy with the way that came out. Oh, and speaking of really excited, check out this dash. Let's let that focus on that. Really happy with the way this dash came out. And then the gauge cluster, that's a decal, and then over here the Grand National decal on the glove box, that's also a decal. But everything else is paint, but there's pretty much primer gray, flat black, and aluminum painted on there, and then a little bit of the Multi-Low pen on some of the chrome highlights. But really happy with the way that dash came out. And it's almost a pity to put all this interior in there and it'll be a little harder to see. And then the last thing that I decided I was going to go for and change, here's the tires that come in the kit. Now they're Goodyear Radial GTs, which is what Revell Monogram put on there. But the real car, pretty accurate to this, but the real car would be Goodyear Eagle GTs. And Fireball Model Works offers the correct tires for this car and the Monte Carlo SS in rubber. So I'm trying to order a set of those to put on this kit as well, and then I'll take these, because I didn't glue these, they're just mocked in here at the moment. So I'll take them apart and swap the tires out, but and then get the decal on the hubcap there. But she's pretty much ready, other than polishing out the body. So I get the body all polished out, get that all finished. I'll hopefully get the tires, and then this thing will go together, and I'll show you the finished result. But unfortunately this one's kind of put on hold for a little bit while I wait for the polishes and experiment on that. But I've got other projects I'm finishing and a couple that I am starting, so stay tuned and watch some of that stuff. As I don't really build one model kit at a time. I tend to bounce around and do batches. So I'm always working on 4 or 5, so my channel kind of jumps around a little bit on that. So for that, I apologize. I may do more filming of actual building and change my video format, but for right now, that's what I'm doing. So I appreciate you guys tuning in and subscribing and hitting that bell button. That way you get my latest uploads, and I'm pushing for 2 videos every Saturday. So if you guys noticed, Saturdays I'm launching my videos. So stay tuned, and you guys, you have a wonderful day, and see you next Saturday.